Immigration is a massive issue for people in the UK, and I believe it'll be that issue alone that will determine the next general election. And if I'm honest, I think it's going to be a landslide Labour victory. And not because they won, it's because the Tories lost it. All they had to do, they had one job, to stop illegal migration across the Channel and be stricter with legal migration as well. But they didn't. All the Tories have done for the past 13 years is row amongst themselves and try and keep themselves in power. They threw away Boris Johnson, they threw away a majority in the House of Commons. They've thrown away absolutely everything, and for what? To appease the European Union and the bankers. Make no bones about it, Rishi Sunak has been installed into Downing Street like a toilet to appease the bankers. And he has gone back on absolutely everything that he promised to do if he was put into Downing Street and, quell surprise. Now, Rishi Sunak promised to stop the boats, and by the boats I mean the illegal migrants crossing the Channel every day on their little dinghies. And this year alone there have been tens of thousands of them. And what happens to them? Well, they don't get returned whence they came. Instead, we've spent billions of pounds of British taxpayers' money accommodating them. And that's something like 18% of the foreign aid budget. It's disgraceful, isn't it? So we've put up illegal migrants in disused British Army barracks. And when I say we, I mean the government. They've also paid off hotel owners to sack their staff so they can fill their hotels with illegal migrants and pay private contractors to keep an eye on them. Contractors like Serco. And then there was the Rwanda plan. Now, just to be clear, the reason absolutely zero of these illegal migrants have been sent back whence they came is because of the British civil serpents. And it's these lefty civil serpents, along with lefty lawyers, using the European Court of Human Rights and international law, that are a massive part of the problem. The Rwanda plan would have worked, however. It was the British civil serpents and the lefty lawyers who were behind the fact that the Rwanda plan hasn't worked. In fact, it's backfired spectacularly. Because Rishi Sunak has paid the Rwanda government over £100 million of British taxpayers' money. Rwanda has received zero illegal migrants, but instead Britain is awaiting a plane load of Rwandan refugees instead. And these people are due to arrive here imminently. Now, if Rishi Sunak really wanted to stop the boats, he would have backed Suella Braverman, the only member of the government who wanted to do something about it. But instead of stopping the boats, what Rishi Sunak has done, he has decided to cut legal migration by 300,000 instead. I mean, my goodness. And yes, the boats keep coming. And it doesn't help when charity organisations like the Royal National Lifeboat Institution keep going into the Channel to bring them over. And in one day last week, the RNLI was tracked going into French waters to bring back illegal migrants here into Britain to the tune of 500. And yes, the French do have their own lifeboat rescue service. And in my opinion, this has reduced the RNLI into a glorified taxi service for people who are effectively breaking immigration laws. Well, British immigration laws specifically. So we know and we can see why people are disgruntled and disillusioned with Rishi Sunak and the Tories and don't believe them when they say they're going to cut migration. And so I think through spite, people are going to instead vote for Labour, despite the fact that Keir Starmer has said he'll do absolutely nothing to stop the boats and in fact encourage them. And sadly, not enough people will vote Reform, so that's the way it's going to be, sadly. And as for the British civil serpents, well, it needs reforming root and stem, doesn't it? These people are meant to work for our elected representatives, not defy them and do their own thing, because they seriously are a massive part of the problem. So there we go, that's what I think. Please let me know what you think in the comments as ever. And if you agree with what I say, then please subscribe to my channel and share my stuff everywhere. And until the next time, Roger Trout.